In the 1700s, a friend of John Wesley named George Whitefield traveled to America, and he was used by God to begin what is known as the Great Awakening, as spiritual fervor took to new heights as he traveled and spoke to crowds of 20,000 at a time. People from a mile away could hear his voice as he shared about the love of God and shared the gospel that Christ had preached. As he traveled around, he made friends with Benjamin Franklin, who spent much of his life as a deist, if not an agnostic. But even Franklin said George Whitefield was an incredible friend, and he said, "I loved to listen to him preach." Whitefield traveled to several countries and rode horseback from coast to coast. He gave something like 60,000 sermons in his life. It took a great toll on his health, and he was just around 50 years old when his health took a very bad turn. He knew he didn't have long left in this world. He had a lot of critics that would say to him things like, "We're sorry to see you in our town." And Whitefield would reply, "So is the devil." People sometimes threw rocks and eggs at him, but he continued to share this gospel, and sometimes he had crowds even over 200,000 that he would speak to in just a matter of weeks. As his health took a very bad turn, he happened to be here in the States, and he was in Massachusetts, and one night he went home. He told the people he was too sick to share anymore, but hundreds gathered outside his hotel room, and as he lit a candle, he walked upstairs, heard the crowds outside. He opened his window and began to preach for a couple hours as his health faded, and when the candle was out, he simply laid his head down, fell asleep. He woke up the next morning in heaven. Truly somebody who gave his life, and he burned with such a passion right up till the end.